knowledge, the new world currency. I looked at it from the car and I said, it's not new. It's only been discovered. Knowledge has been the ancient world currency, and civilization always traces, investment in knowledge all through history. But because this part of the world is has thought that getting a degree equals being educated. No. Being current is what makes an educated person. You are certificated with degrees, but you are educated with current knowledge. And that's a lot of effort. That's you drilling yourself into the things you are doing. Can you get this for me? Just that. Now, these were my notes for last year. Handwritten. There is no foreign handwriting here. In spite of my schedule, we finished on Sunday. I was up in Abuja for some very important meetings with government people, and then came back yesterday on my way today to Malawi, coming back to be in some other meetings here, and wake up on Sunday morning. He said, but how do you get time to read? Somebody asked me years ago. I said, how do you get time to eat? No busy man will say he has no time to eat. No man with genuine taste for knowledge will lack time to learn. So I read daily and I write daily. These were last year's notes, and that's why I kept saying the books that will roll out of my table will be far more in volume than what I end up writing in my lifetime. I've maintained this culture for years, so I can pull out for you my note of 1982, 1984. Now, already typed and, stacked up in discs and all that stuff, so it can be preserved. But I chose to bring this because it's handwritten. This is for last year. Handwritten, so the secretary picks it up one by one to type whatever he wants to type. He has some of them with him now, which are not part of what we have brought. Peak learners are the ones that end up in the top ranks of life. So sit up and understand that what we are going through now is nothing but to help you form a culture that creates a future. To form a culture that creates a future. Thank you. We were going to start Covenant University, and then we wanted something special, something unique, something that will last. So what do? So I took time out, went on the net, plucked out 9 striking, enduring, impactful institutions like Harvard, like Yale, like Columbus, like Princeton, and sat down with them and went through their history, their developmental process, their leadership style, saw the uniqueness of each one. Because if something has lasted 366 years, another one has lasted 1,000 years, it's good to learn from them. All the ones in Nigeria have lasted only 20 years and they have lost relevance. So how do we do it? So spend time, because that's not in Genesis, that's not in Proverbs, that's not in Revelation. It's current knowledge. How do you get what you need to do what you should do at the best? I mean, it takes peak learners to enjoy peak performance. So after all of that, I was equipped, had direction, knew what way to go, was able to design what we needed to do. All that you call funny philosophy, they were my direct words. All that you found motto, they didn't come out of committee meetings. We had the first meeting in November 1999 in starting this university. November 1999. You don't get anything great done carelessly. All of you have a great future, but we need a great deal of investment to get there. My prayer is that this TTG program will initiate you into the peak learners platform, so that all through your life you won't approach any venture on common knowledge, common sense. Common sense will end up giving common results. This church today has made some bit of impact around the world. I never stepped a Bible school ground in my life. That's what they call peak learning. The first Bible school class I attended was where I was teaching. Now, the program developed 22 years ago, is it 23 now? 23 years ago, is still relevant today and for tomorrow. We have had governors in class, we've had judges in class, we've had generals in class. Everybody taking note profusely. Now, this all came out from the laboratory of learning. So don't go into fashion designing with common sense that you can sew something, then you are a fashion designer. No. Sit down and find out who has made it big in this field. What did they have to do? How did they begin? What were the challenges they made? Then you are well equipped. Otherwise, you become a market woman just selling sachet water by the roadside. You can make an outstanding thing out of any venture, no matter how ordinary it may look like. It depends on the depth of knowledge involved in your pursuit. Don't just go and say you are a barber and then you start barbering. That's not barbering. I mean, anybody, these are all, the equipment are all over the town. What will make it different? We have a barber, I have one of my precious sons here, he's a barber. He has about 40 different salons across Lagos. He barbs today for most of the ambassadors. How did he get there? They carried their head to his shop. And yet somebody else has been there for 20 years and nothing is happening because it's just approaching on common sense. On the way to my place in Lagos, I used to see some northern people selling tea, in the night at 1 a.m. So I asked myself, do you use common sense? Who is passing now? And then you now get up, down home at 3 a.m. You say, you are tired. Tired doing stupid things. So you don't have a choice. What you are coming out with at Covenant University is certificate. Education is what you acquire after you have left here. And that is what will define your ultimate position. So get ready. I am not looking forward to you just making a means of livelihood. I'm looking towards you making many live through ingenuity, innovation, creativity, and a value-driven lifestyle by a tireless investment in learning. Then you'll be on your way taking your lead. Today I'm privileged to address a number of issues for the nation because I've read a number of things about all the past leaders. All of them. From Azikwe, Tafawa Balewa, Ahmadu Bello, Awolowo. I have plenty of those talks. All the lectures of Ojukwu during the war. Fantastic brain. Unusual intellectual. That will make a professor emeritus anywhere. He was emotionally profound. All those lectures were given off papers. And you can't imagine the content involved in that. Today I speak to all militant group leaders in the country. Say, hey, come in here. Let's look at it. You can't keep on doing this. If you keep on doing this, this is what we end up. This is where you end up. This is what the suffering will be like. It's important for you to know there is nothing you will get out of life except by the power of knowledge. So wake up and wake up. I've said across the nations, you are either building a library or you are building a mortuary without knowing. You are either building a library or you are building a mortuary without knowing. You are either building a library or you are building a mortuary without knowing. I started buying books since I was 20. And I'm sure a number of you are 20 already. And some of the books I bought when I was 20 are still on my shelf today. Not for decoration, for consumption. For consumption. I bought books one time, and I think I've told you before, worth $9,600. Then, 1987, $9,200 will buy you 2 good Nigerian kind of cars. Then, and something humorous happened. My wife said, "What did you come back with?" Because he saw boxes just coming. And I said, "Come and see." And got her to my library. We had 3 rooms, but one was a library. If you have 20 guests, it doesn't matter. There is a library secluded. It's an altar where future is created. That is not negotiable with anybody. I would rather sleep in the living room than have my library invaded by strangers or visitors. No. And I opened the first box. It was books down top to bottom. Second box, my wife said, "No." Any other thing? He said, "What else?" I said, "Nothing else. That's all else." Then I answered. I said, "The content of these books, if understood by me, can make me a manufacturer of the things I will have bought." Come and say value for knowledge. That's what will take you to where you are going. I don't care what kind of dress you are wearing and how much it costs. Nobody's interested. Nobody is interested. One day, one of my daughters said, "Hey, this is gold. One wristwatch." I said, "Gold? Are you sure?" I said, "Yes." I said, "Go and sell it because I don't need it." Because I don't know what gold is. I've never seen one. It's so interesting for you to order your priorities as you live here. You must never lose value. God will not be pleased with you if you lose value. Everything to make you a peak learner has been put into you. Now go and do it. And that will help you. And a learner is always with a note. He takes note of lessons learned. That's what makes a learner. It's not just a casual reader. A learner does not lay his back on the bed. Did you read like that to pass your exams?